In fuel cells, there are reactions at both the cathode and anode. At the cathode, hydrogen gas reacts to make hydrogen ions. At the anode, oxygen gas reacts with hydrogen ions to make water. Write half equations for both the cathode and the anode. 4 marks for this question, and it's going to send most people running to the hills because they're just going to think to themselves, I can't do it. Having said that, there's loads of information here in the question that's worth writing down because you could well get marks if you write something down. And I think you probably can have a good go at this. Anyway, cathode, negative electrode. I always write negative next to the cathode and positive next to the anode because it just helps me no end. Okay, so at the cathode, hydrogen gas reacts to make hydrogen ions. So at the cathode, hydrogen gas reacts. Well, you probably know the formula for hydrogen. It's one of the 7 elements on the periodic table that forms diatomic molecules, so H2. So at the cathode, hydrogen reacts to make arrow hydrogen ions. Well, if you remember from the acids module that hydrogen ions are H+, and you say to yourself, well, 2 hydrogen atoms there are going to make 2 hydrogen ions, you've probably got one of your 4 marks. And that question is in the, most of that information is in the question. Well, let's do the same for the anode. At the anode, oxygen gas reacts. Well, oxygen, O2, reacts. It reacts with hydrogen ions, so it's going to react with hydrogen ions to make water, H2O. Okay, so that again is also going to need balancing. I've got 2 oxygens there, so I'm going to need 2 water molecules. 2 times 2 is 4 hydrogens. 4 hydrogens. If you've done that, you've definitely got yourself a mark. In fact, this is probably a bit mean only being 4 marks in this question because there's probably a couple of marks in that, really, I'd have thought. Now, the currency in these electrolytic processes, these electrolysis processes, is electrons. So to go from neutral to positive over here, this is going to have to give off electrons. Okay, this was neutrally charged, so the number of protons and electrons here were balanced. Over here we've got positive hydrogen ions, so it's going to have to give off electrons to make that balance. Now it's 2 hydrogen ions, so it's going to have to give off 2 electrons. This side, we've got the hydrogen ions this side, and we've got a neutral water molecule over here. So this is going to have to gain electrons. Now 1 hydrogen ion is going to gain 1 electron, so 4 hydrogen ions are going to gain 4 electrons. Difficult question. All these questions are on elshamheighchemistry.com.